Yo, what's up, YouTube, man? I hope you guys are having a fantastic Wednesday. Man, oh man, yesterday we played the Athletics and we absolutely did what the Dodgers do to teams that ain't as good, and we dominated the Athletics as they come into this series from leaving Colorado. But yesterday we played them. Yesterday was game one of a three-game series, and I felt like everything went really smooth yesterday. You know, Dustin May had that really rough inning in the third where he gave up those 2 runs, locked it down, and then today's starting, for our starting pitcher today, it's going to be Noah Syndergaard. This is going to be his 18th start. He's 14-0, has a 0.89 best in the National League, has 121 innings, 7 walks, and 153 strikeouts on the year. He's having a phenomenal year with us. And Jace Peterson will lead off the top of the first, hitting 273, 13 bombs, 53 RBIs. And Noah Syndergaard is looking to lower that ERA today against these Athletics, as the first pitch inside will be a strike, and Will Smith and him are the battery mates today. We've seen Austin Barnes catch Noah Syndergaard quite often this year. And Austin Barnes will be catching Bobby Miller tomorrow, who's going to get his first major league start. He's made his major league debut as this is hammered into right center field. Mookie Betts is running back. He will get there one away here in the top of the first. That ball was up in the air for a while, so thankfully Mookie Betts was able to get there. So that will bring up Connor Capel hitting 320 on the year for the Athletics. Has a really good batting average, does Capel. And yeah, there's the league leaders in the NL. Syndergaard, Arias, Gonsolin, Freeland, Walker Buehler, Kershaw, and then Sandy Alcantara. So a lot of the NL West represents on that. A lot of Dodgers and a few Rockies. Honestly, I'm surprised not to see Zach Gallen up on there, but I know his ERA is like a 3-something, or because I like to look at the league and see what's going on around it. But you know, he's had a decent year with the D-backs. I'm pretty sure he wishes it could be a little better to be on that ERA leader list, but fortunately it's not that way this year for Gallen. That's a strikeout looking one away. I mean, no, 2 away here in the top half of the first. Syndergaard's 154th strikeout of the year in the first run of this game, and now that'll bring up Diaz, getting 269. First pitch from Syndergaard. But yeah, tomorrow Bobby Miller's going to get his first start. I'm pretty excited for that. Replacing Kershaw. It would be Kershaw's start, but Kershaw's on the IL if you guys didn't see that. In his last game pitched, in his last outing, as this is hit down to third, Arenado will make the throw to end the top half of the first. And a 1-2-3 inning for Noah Syndergaard. We'll talk about the Athletics pitcher really quick. Alright. Dalton Jeffries is the starting pitcher. This is his first start. He's 8-4, a 4.81 ERA, 121 and 2/3 innings, 37 walks, 64 strikeouts. Has given up 136 hits on the year. Mookie Betts will lead it off, hitting 261, 31 bombs, 64 ribbies. Hit 2 home runs last night to add to his home run totals, as Jeffries will throw his first pitch to start this ball game. Will be a strike with the circle change, 0-1. But Bobby Miller will be getting his first start tomorrow with Austin Barnes catching him. That's a pop-up. One away here in the bottom half of the first, and pretty excited about that, to see what he can do. Kind of having a start. Like I said, Clayton Kershaw's on the IL for a week or two due to a concussion. Got hit in the dome in his last outing. So he's at home resting, getting ready to get reinstated off the IL whenever that's going to be. And earlier this year, the same thing happened to Dustin May, where he was on the IL for like 3 weeks. So I don't want to rush Kershaw back. There's no need to do that. I'm just kind of interested to see what Bobby Miller could do as a starter. He has 4 2/3 innings already in the majors, so getting a start is completely different from coming out of the bullpen as it's 2-2, and pretty sure there's a lot of nerves. Pretty sure he's game planning with Mike Pryor and Dave Roberts immediately after this game, or maybe a little bit into this game. You know, going to be looking at the Athletics and, you know, listening to Dustin May about his outing yesterday, and probably Noah Syndergaard later tonight after Syndergaard's outing is over, as that's a base hit. So we'll see what happens. I mean, pretty excited for Bobby Miller to get that start, so hopefully everything goes good. Alright, after that single, that'll bring up Freddie Freeman hitting 306, first pitch outside, ball 1. So in today's game as well, Max Muncy's playing second base today, as Miguel Vargas is DHing. Just gonna focus on the bat, not worried about the fieldings. That's a little bloop in. That's not going to drop. What a play from Diaz, and they're gonna turn 2. Alman really misread that one. Darn it. Alright, Seth Brown will lead off the top of the second, hitting 261, 18 bombs, 53 ribbies. First pitch heater to Brown. Will be a strike 0-1. 0-1 heater. Noah Syndergaard probably really wanting a win. 14 wins on the year, 15 would be nice, leaving this ball game, as this is his 18th start, so he has 3 less wins than he has starts. The 0-2 slider got him one away here in the top of the second. Good pitch from Noah Syndergaard. Second strikeout of the day. And that'll bring up Jesus Aguilar hitting 225. First pitch to the former Brewer, ball 1. I can't even remember what other teams he was on, but I know I definitely know that Jesus Aguilar has been on plenty of teams in his major league career. I feel like after him going to the Brewers, I think he went to the Marlins, and then actually the Athletics, are possibly just 3 teams, as that's hitting to right, but I can't remember them all, but I know he's been around for quite a while now. One away here in the top of the second, that single from Aguilar, that will bring up Brent Rooker hitting 227. First pitch heater, fouled. 0-1. Sinker, 1-1. 1-1. Sinker again, 2-1. 2-1 slider. 2-2, good pitch. That slider from Syndergaard has worked so perfectly so far in this game. The 2-2. Circle change, hit. Adames dives. We'll throw to second. Muncy to first for the double play. And Willie Adames in back-to-back games have robbed hits from these Athletics. And Muncy and Adames having a good time right there on the infield. Man, both of them cracking smiles. Willie Adames has really impressed me with his defensive skills here as a Dodger at the shortstop position. What a throw from Max, too. Alright, Max Muncy will lead off the bottom half of the second, hitting 300. First pitch to Max Muncy will be fouled off 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, 1-1. 1-1 from Jeffries. 2-1. Two-seamer probably slipped out of his hand a little bit on that one. 2-1. Hit into left center field. This ball's giving a ride. That ball is gone. Max Muncy will get the Dodgers on the board with his 35th home run of the year. And I think now he's tied with C.J. Cron and Ryan McMahon for the home run leaders once again. He was in a little bit of a slump hitting bombs and back-to-back games with home runs. So that feels pretty good to see from Max Muncy. Kind of seeing the ball a little bit better right now. and he will take it. He's hyped to go to the dugout. And if you're Noah Syndergaard, you're smiling right now knowing that you have a 1-0 lead. And so far, those first 2 innings have been absolutely amazing. So, pretty sure he's looking to have a good third as well. And that'll bring up Arenado hitting 286 and taking the ball inside 1-0 to the Dodgers third baseman. The 1-0. 1-1, good circle change. 1-1, 2-1. 2-1. Hit up the middle for a base hit. So after that single, after that home run, Arenado will single. And now that'll bring up Willie Adames hitting 275. Hitting him today before Will Smith just had a really good ball game last night. So just thought I'd put him higher in the lineup and make him feel welcomed here as a Dodger. I feel like Will Smith knows where he belongs, and Willie Adames still adapting to the squad a little. So probably here soon after like this weekend, if Willie is hitting ninth, he's happy. But I'm pretty sure he's happy no matter what, as long as the team's winning and knowing that he's on the best team in the major leagues also helps. 2-1. Oh no, 3-0. Excuse me. 3-0 to Willie Adames. The 3-0 hammered into right center field. That ball is carrying. Arenado's just on a run because he believes it's gone because it is. It's a 2-run home run from Willie Adames, his 3rd home run in this series. 24th home run of the year for Willie Adames, makes it 3-0. And man, oh man, he is just seeing that ball so well against the Athletics. And now that'll bring up Will Smith hitting 335. And hitting 7th tonight for the Dodgers. The first pitch will be inside for a strike 0-1. Jeffries and the Athletics are looking for his first out of the bottom of the 2nd. That's hammered to left but fouled. Go 1-2. Great take. Alright, 1-2 from Will Smith. Got him. No, didn't get him. Excuse me. Curve low. The 2-2. Foul it off. Yankees lose 5-3. That's huge if the Blue Jays win. The 2-2, 3-2. The crazy thing about the Blue Jays is, I know we just saw them, but they're only 2 games above 500. That's hammered to left as well, but I think this one will be playable. 1 away here in the bottom half of the 2nd. After Rooker catches that one, but yeah, the Blue Jays were just in town, and I went back and looked at their record, and they are only 2 games above 500. Like, that's absolutely insane to me. That they're in first place in the AL East, but they're only 2 games above 500. They're like, the Yankees are a few games behind them. Boston and the Orioles are pretty much out of it, I feel like. So right now, if you're looking at the AL East, you're probably expecting the Blue Jays or the Yankees to win that division. And I feel like Alec Boehm also got traded to the Blue Jays before the deadline, so I feel like that's a huge addition for the Blue Jays, especially what's happening to everybody. Matt Chapman went down as well, so they're down a 3rd baseman, shortstop, and Calvin Biggio. Like, it's looking pretty rough for the Blue Jays, and they got a lot of things to do to get themselves kind of above. Well, they already are above 500 baseball, but to get way over that, I feel like they got a lot of things to do. That's hit the left. Rooker will catch to end the 2nd. But we do score 3 in this inning thanks to a solo shot and a 2-run home run from Willie Adames. All right, Tony Kemp will lead off the top of the third, hitting 247 this year for the Athletics. First pitch, ball one. A good take from Kemp. The 1-0. 1-1.
1-1.
The 1-1 sinker. 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Man, the Angels really beating up on the Braves. 2-2. The Angels team is honestly really good. With the way they're looking and the fact that they added Manny Machado and got rid of Rendon, I feel like it's a huge thing for the Angels. One away here in the top of the third. Like, you got a better bat and probably a better defensive third baseman over, I'll bring up Butler, by the way, hitting 239. Good speed at the dish, strike one. But you added another good hitter if you're the Angels, and a really good third baseman. 0-2. But when we were facing the Angels, Anthony Rendon was playing second base. So I don't know if that's the same thing that's going on with Manny Machado. Who knows? 1-2. But all I know is that, I think they've won the first 2 games against the Braves, 2 away here in the top of the third. Another strikeout for Syndergaard. So I feel like the Angels might be a team we might meet in the World Series if we make it to the World Series. Because I feel like this game, the regular season could feel really simple and easy when, everybody's a 99 overall and you're playing on Hall of Fame. Like, I'm playing on Hall of Fame for my hitting and my legend. My pitching is legend. But everybody knows, I always say it in the beginning of the season, that everybody I get or everybody I trade for and everybody who's on the main roster is typically a 99 overall. Some of them ain't. Like, Daniel Hudson wasn't. He was like a 93. But I give them all really good overalls because at the end of the day, playing an MLB franchise, obviously the end goal is winning a World Series. That's the fact. I could go through Madden and play a 16-game season and lose in the playoffs, but I'm not upset about it because it doesn't take as long like it does as this is hitting the right field. That ball's carrying. That ball's going to be a ground rule double for Mookie Betts. But Madden doesn't take as long as the MLB franchises. So at the end of the day, you want to win a World Series with this squad, right? You want to find a way to, win the World Series. And if that's making your team 99 overalls and playing on the hardest difficulty, then fine. You do you. If you find the enjoyment of making the postseason and losing and then redoing the franchise all over again, you do you, boo boo. But for me, I like making I like getting to the whole franchise and getting through it and winning the World Series. As this is hit up the middle and it's going to be a 4-0 ball game. And some teams are, harder than others. And, we went on that 3-game losing streak, so obviously I can lose. And that could happen in the postseason, and it could be trouble. So, I mean, obviously, some of you in the comments, I see what you guys say about how, like, it's not fair, and I get that 100%. I really do. But it's just, sometimes, like I said, you want to make the postseason, so you gotta kind of cheat your way there, to be honest. And you want to win the World Series, so you can call it what it is. But like I said, I feel like Madden is so much simpler to lose in the playoffs and then get back into it. As that's popped into right. As in baseball, like, once the season mode's over or the franchise mode's over and I play the 162 ball games and then I do the postseason, and if you win the World Series, like, if I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. Like, the ultimate goal is obviously to win. But with this, win or lose, no matter what, it's over. Like, if I wait until the next game comes out to even start a new franchise series. And typically in the past, we've had luck winning the World Series in every franchise mode we've done. And obviously, you guys can say, oh, it's because your team's a 99 overall. But, well, I can't really argue that, because I know it is. But like I said, at the end of the day, baseball, you want to win that World Series when you play 162 ball games in a video game and dedicate a lot of time to it. Which in Madden, it's a lot of time, but it doesn't take as much time to make the Super Bowl or make the playoffs like it does in MLB. So, yeah, so we're gonna stop this conversation and focus up on the game. Um, the 0-1 to Arenado will be 0-2.
Balls, 2 strikes.
Well, I hope you guys enjoy it. The videos are really long. Sometimes the mic quality isn't the best for some reason, but for the people who do watch these and watch it all the way through, I want to say thank you.
Look out!
And even if you put it on like 2 times fast and make the video be done in like 20 minutes instead of an hour, that's cool too. First pitch to Jace Peterson will be a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 heater fouled off. The 0-2 sinker. 1-2. Good take. But anyway, back to the Angels. As I was saying, they've been killing it, man. And the fact that they're beating up on the Braves, I think the Braves are the second best national team. Probably after the Rockies, so they're probably the third because the Rockies have been killing it this season as well. So is the Diamondbacks. So the NL West is just a very tough division. You got the Dodgers and us that are absolutely phenomenal. You got the Rockies who have been playing really good baseball. Then you got the D-backs, and then you got the Padres and Giants that you expected the Padres to be a postseason ball club coming into the 2023 season, and they're struggling as that's a ball 1-2. And the Giants, they're just kind of doing the same thing. They're just really struggling. They made a lot of trades. Traded Crawford, um, Jock Peterson, Logan Webb. They made some trades that made sense for them, I think, for the future. But we'll see how good they do in the next few years in the video game, which obviously we wouldn't see because I don't redo the franchises like I don't really play the franchises like the franchise modes back to back, but possibly this year, if there's no like new kid who comes up on the Dodgers in real life. Oh, two. The slurve hitting to right, and that would be a fair ball. So, fair ball with two away here in the top of the fourth. And now that will bring up Seth Brown. 0-for-1. But, if there's no, like, new faces on the Dodgers in the next year, like Johnny DeLuca, I'd like to have, his actual look. So, like, that's another reason why I'd get the new MLB The Show. But, like, if you really think about it, now that every team plays every team and they're going to keep that format, there's really no point of getting the new game. And the only reason why I say that is because, A, it's the same franchise over, like, it's going to be the same franchise over and over. But the thing is, what I don't like about these franchises is that it never generates a new schedule. It's always the same schedule, or, like, it's a different schedule, but you just play the teams at a different time. But, like, I want to be going to New York like the Dodgers are next year. The Yankees would still be coming here. As this is hammered into right center field, and the Athletics are on the board. A 3-2 heater that gets crushed from Seth Brown. 19th bomb of the year. And Noah Syndergaard just seems a little frustrated after that one. Just couldn't get a pitch by him. And that was a good pitch right there. That was a good swings by Seth Brown. Should have went with the slider in, but that's alright. First pitch to Aguilar will be hit. Muncy will dive, knock the ball down, throw to first on time, then the top of the fourth. And Syndergaard's glad to see it's over, but the Athletics do score two. So, like, there's always pros and cons about buying the new baseball game. Like I said, the con is if you don't buy it, you don't get the real life schedule like the real life team. The pro is you get to save money, and if the schedule if the schedule remains how it is, or every team plays every team, like the the con of that is, like I said, you don't like I said, the Dodgers next year are gonna go to New York to play the Yankees instead of the Yankees coming back to LA. But if I keep this game and carry on with the franchise in the next year, and if I do that, I don't know if I'm gonna do that yet. It's always a yearly decision if I'm gonna make the franchise.
That's the ball.
Because right now, like I'm 21, I gotta figure out this thing called life, and I'm if you guys have been following the franchise all year, that's hammered to left. It's a 5-2 ball game, and Will Smith is gonna have his second home run of the series. And his 22nd of the year, I think, or 23rd. It's his 22nd. What a swing right there from Will, making it 5-2 and giving the Dodgers a 3-run lead. But as I was saying, every year is kind of a like it's always a yearly decision if I'm gonna make the franchise. I'm 21 now. I gotta figure out this thing called life, and eventually the franchise is probably going to stop. And I think this year was the last year I was gonna be super dedicated to it. And I love making the videos. I truly do. That's a base hit in the left, probably a double for CT3. He's in a round first going to 2, and that'll be a double for Taylor. But as I was saying, I really love making the videos. I really enjoy it, but it definitely takes a lot of time out of my day to make the video, then upload the video. And in Minnesota, when I was there, if you guys have been following the series all year long, the upload speed in Minnesota was absolutely phenomenal. Here in Colorado, it's crap, and it takes like 30-40 minutes to upload one video. As in Minnesota, I'd be able to put that on upload, and it would just upload immediately in like 10 minutes. Here, it's so different, and it absolutely sucks because I have Xfinity in Colorado, and Xfinity is like one of the best internet systems or cable systems in Colorado. But some of their things, like, they have pros and cons too. So, and one of their cons is upload speed. It is absolutely trash. That's a strikeout. Vargas, he's 0 for 2, man, having a very tough stretch at the plate. And now that'll bring him Mookie Betts. He's 1 for 2 with that ground rule double. First pitch, did he go? I think he did. Nope, 1-0. Good job right there for Mookie Betts holding. But like I said, guys, I like there are pros and cons about the new game when that comes out. It's only August, so we still got a while till March. But I know I've had a lot of fun doing this. So, hopefully you guys have enjoyed watching them and grinding every video if you do. And if you don't, if you're just clicking on to see what the video is about, that's cool too.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
But we're going to focus back up on the game. I feel like I've been kind of rambling for the past 2 innings. So the 2-2 to Mookie Betts, hit up the middle, now bringing a run. An RBI single for Mookie Betts. We'll take it, man. A ground rule double, a single that brings in a run for Mookie. I feel like Mookie's having a good game. This is what he's needed. He's definitely broke out of his slump that he was in. And now that'll bring him James Outman. 6-2 ball game. The first pitch from Spears will be outside, ball 1. Oh no. 2-0. 2 for 2 tonight is James Outman, and the MVP chance continue for the young kid. He's not even in the MVP race. It's C.J. Cron, Tony Gonsolin, and Walker Buehler, which is absolutely crazy. If we could get a pitcher to win a MVP like Clayton Kershaw did back in 2014, that'd be absolutely crazy. But C.J. Cron, that just means he has to slow down a little bit because he's having a phenomenal season for the Rockies. 3-1. Hit, and that ball will be played by Kemp. Throw to first will be on time to end the 4th. But the Dodgers add to their lead. Alright, Brett Rooker will lead off the top of the 5th. He's 0 for 1. 57 pitches through 4 for Syndergaard. The first one will be popped up. 1 away. So the 1 away.
Tony Kemp.
I bring up Tony Kemp. 0 for 1. First pitch heater popped up into left. Taylor on the move. Taylor will not get there. I don't know if Taylor would have had a chance catching that ball just running it towards it, but it looked like it was going to drop. Which it did for a base hit. With one away here in the top of the 5th. The first pitch from Butler. Butler will be swung on and missed 0-1. 0 for 2 in the series. Walked in yesterday's ball game. And that's how we discovered that Butler has really good speed. And that's a man we don't want on. 1-1. Peter popped up into left center. Outman coming on. 2 away here in the top half of the 5th. 2 away now, and now that will bring up Shea Langoliers. 0 for 1. First pitch slider. Fouled off 0-1. 0-1 heater. 0-2. 0-2. The slurve hit. Freeman will knock it down. Syndergaard will cover the bag, throw to first on time to end the top half of the 5th. What a play from Freddie Freeman, just knocking the ball down. Hey, sometimes that's the way it has to go, right?
Leading up for the Dodgers, the first baseman, Freddie Freeman.
I'll bring up Freddie. He's 0 for 2. First pitch from Sears. Be a strike going 1. One and 1.
At the ball.
1 to Freddie Freeman from Sears. 2-1.
Ball 2.
Man, Yordan Alvarez has 39 home runs on the year. The NL slacking, man. 2-1. Hit and fouled. 2-2. The 2-2 from Sears to Freeman will be a strikeout. Good pitch. 1 away here in the bottom half of the 5th. Now that'll bring up Muncy. Hit a home run in his last AB, I think. First pitch, inside, ball 1 to Max. The 1-0. Hammered to right. Oh, by the way, CJ Cron has 36 and Muncy just tied it. Right. Or is that Muncy's 35th? That's his 36, so they're tied now. CJ Cron and Muncy. Alright, Cron, stop hitting dingers. Max Muncy wants to take that lead back for that. It's a 7-2 ball game. Max must love playing the infield. That's probably what got him going. He just didn't have to focus on hitting. He got to go play some defense. Kind of regroup and not think about swinging the bat every second. Because I feel like as a DH, as that's fouled to the left, as a DH, I feel like that's all you do. You go down in the cage, waiting for your AB. You take a few hacks. Like you ain't really thinking about playing defense. You ain't really stretching. You're just thinking about hitting. So I think these past 2 ball games for Max Muncy were, he's just kind of playing the infield. You got to play third last night, second tonight. Probably feels pretty good for Max. And tonight we let Vargas DH so he could just focus on hitting, but hasn't really worked out the way I wanted it to. That'll bring up Adames. Swung on and missed here, 0-1. He's 1 for 2. Third on the Dodgers with home runs. 0-2. One and 2.
Ball 2 strikes.
The 1-2 from Sears. Hitting to left. I think he got a little bit too under it. Rooker going back. Yeah, he has room. That will end the 5th. But we do score 1 thanks to Max on his second solo shot of the night. That was a no-doubter. Jace Peterson would lead off the top half of the sixth as the Athletics lineup turns around. This is probably going to be the last inning for Noah Syndergaard. 1-0. 1-1. 1-1 fastball. 1-2. 1-2, and now the slider. Into center Outman. One away here in the top half of the sixth. 6 innings of work tonight for Noah Syndergaard would not be bad. I mean, obviously it's not ideal. I kind of wanted him to go 7, but 6 would not be bad. First pitch from
0-1's the count.
Syndergaard would be a strike right there, the 0-1. Fouls it off to Capel. 0-2, the backdoor slider will be hit up the middle for a base hit. Muncy will not get to that one. So a base hit, and now that will bring up Diaz. 1-for-2. First pitch heater, strike 1.
0-1.
0-1 slider. 0-2.
0-2.
Twins lose 3-1 in St. Louis. That is not what you want to see if you're a Reds or Cubs fan at the moment. Them winning. 0-2 slider. And Diaz will strike out looking 2 away. Good pitch right there from Noah Syndergaard. 2 away, and now that will bring up Seth Brown. Hit a home run off of him in his last AB. First pitch circle change, strike 1. 0-1, and now the heater. 1-1. 79th pitch for Syndergaard. 2-1.
2-1.
He's having a tough time against Seth Brown in this AB, though. 2-1. 2-2 as that one's fouled off. 2-2. Circle change. Got him looking in the top half of the sixth. Syndergaard wins the battle against Brown tonight, makes him go 1-for-3. He'll take it, man. He will take it.
Leading up for the Dodgers, the catcher,
Alright, the 0-1. It will be hit, and that'll be up the middle for a base knock.
the left fielder, number 3, Chris Taylor.
That'll bring up CT. 1-for-2. Doubled in his last at bat. The 0-1. 1-1. See, look at the favorites. CJ Cron, Tony Gonsolin, and Walker Buehler for MVP. That's just wild. The 1-1. Hit into left. That ball's drilled. That ball will be caught from Rooker. Will Smith will have to go back to the bag, and that will now bring up Vargas looking for his first hit of the night and first hit of this series. 0-for-4 in the series. First pitch to Vargas. Outside, ball 1. That one hit can change it all. Change this slump. 1-0. Hit into left. Will that drop? Yes, it will for a base hit. So Vargas has himself a single. He's 1-for-5 now in this series. He'll take it, man. That has to feel good for Vargas. Had a really rough weekend against the Reds. And finally getting his first hit on this home stretch. Because that's hammered to left. That ball will be driven. That ball's given a ride. I don't think it's gone. It could be. It's not gone. Runner will advance up to
The center fielder, number 33,
third though. Now they'll bring up Outman. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Runners at the corner with 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch from Sears will be hit. Double play ball. And I totally forgot to warm up an arm in the bullpen. Whoops. Now we're going to start warming somebody up in Alex Reyes. I feel like we haven't seen him in the second half at all. First pitch from Syndergaard. Trying to get through the 7th. Talk Dave Roberts into it. Muncy will field that one, throw the first one away here in the top half of the 7th. Alright, 1 away, and now they'll bring up Rooker. Oh, for 2. First pitch heater, fouled off, 0-1. The 0-1 slider from Syndergaard. 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
The 1-1 heater, the 85th pitch. Swung on and missed, 0-2.
2 strikes.
0-2. I know, the 1-2, excuse me. Circle change, 2-2.
2-2 count.
2-2. The slider hitting to left, but fouled. 2-2. The fastball got him. 2 away here in the top of the 7th. Good pitch right there from Noah Syndergaard. Just saying, here, you want a heater? Swing at it. And that was a good pitch. Kind of an aggressive pitch from Syndergaard, but it worked. Gave up a home run earlier on that 4-seamer, though, so risky, but it worked. 0-1. 1-1. 1-1 slider. The 91st pitch from Syndergaard, 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
The 2-1. The sinker, 2-2. Swung on and missed on that pitch. 2-2. The slur from Noah will be a swing and a miss to end his night. So 1-2-3 inning here in the top half of the 7th. That will end his night. And Alex Reyes knows his job is to probably get 2 innings to finish this ball game. What a game from Noah Syndergaard. Alright. Kirby Snead will come out of the bullpen. Has a 2.19 ERA.
Now pitching for the A's, number 54, Kirby.
And now that will bring up Freddie Freeman. 0 for 3. First pitch hammered into right. That ball's given a ride. That ball is caught at the wall, 1 away. Capel will catch that one, and now they'll bring up Max. He's 2 for 3. If he hits a home run here, you better change that CJ Crone name in the MVP spot to Max Muncy. Ball 1. I mean, I feel like Max has better stats. I'm going to look at their stats after this ball game and see who has more RBIs, who has the better average. I'm pretty sure Crone probably has the better average, but I feel like Muncy has more RBIs and possibly less hits, but we'll see. I'm going to take a look after this ball game because I'm very intrigued to see as that's roped up the middle, but that will be a base hit for Muncy. That should be an error, though. It will be an E6 on Diaz. Now that'll bring up Nolan Arenado. He's 1 for 3 tonight with a single. First pitch. Hit up the middle, and Diaz can't make a play on that one. Muncy will just go to second. And now that'll bring up Willie Adames. 1 for 3.
The shortstop, Willie Adames.
Hit, and Diaz will be able to dive, make a play. Throw to first is on time. Then a double play right there from the Athletics. Kirby Snead, man. What? He's probably happy to see Diaz make that play after that error. Alright. We're going to bring out Alex Reyes. This is his 23rd game of the year. 31 2/3 innings. Has a 2.84 ERA. And the first batter he'll face is Butler. 0 for 2. First pitch, strike 1. I like this, I feel like James Outman, because James Outman's number last year was 77. Butler kind of gives me that James Outman vibe. for some reason. 1-1. Batting stance isn't the same, but lefty wearing number 77, like it's like they vibe together or something. 1-2. Maybe they're friends. Who knows? The pitch 2-2. 2-2 from Reyes will be hammered and fouled. I like Lawrence Butler. I really do. I like just playing him in this series. He just has this vibe to him with, good speed. Feels like I'm looking at James Outman, but in the AL. And on the Athletics. 2-2. The heater to Butler will be hit. Adames won't be able to rob that one. Speed's the same too, almost. James is one speed up, so he's 85. Butler's 84. First pitch to Shag Langoliers will be right down the middle, 0-1. 0-1, and now the two-seamer, 0-2. Alright, the 0-2 slider from Reyes will be a foul ball. 0-2. 12-6 hit, jammed him. That's gonna drop. Outman is gonna field it. Butler goes to third. The throw from James will not be on time. Alright, that'll bring up Jace Peterson. He's 0 for 3. First pitch heater, ball 1. Man, Reyes, I feel like, is probably not the greatest bullpen arm coming out of the bullpen this year. I mean, he's had his ups and downs, right? But I feel like this is an outing where I feel like he needed to have a good one, as that's hitting to right for a base knock, and the Athletics will be on the board, and Mookie Betts misplays it, and that will roll all the way to the wall, and that will be a 2-run double. And now we're gonna start warming up Bruce Stark-Gratter on the bullpen. Get him going, and get him going quick. Alright, first pitch from Reyes. The Capel will be a strike, 0-1. 7-4 ball game. Athletics trying to make a comeback. The 0-1. The two-seamer will be hit fouled. 0-2. The slider, 1-2. The 1-2. The heater. God, I'm looking one away. Good pitch from Reyes right there. He needed that one. And Jace Peterson looking at Dodger Stadium, hearing it get really loud after seeing that K. Alright, first pitch to Diaz. Will be a slider outside, ball 1. 1-0. The 12-6, 2-0. 2-0 from Reyes. 2-1. 2-1 slider. 2-2, good pitch. 2-2. The four-seamer outside. Four-seamer away will be low. 3-2, Seth Brown's on deck. The 3-2 slider will be fouled. Alright, 3-2. The 12-6, the 25th pitch of the outing will be swung on and missed, 2 away. 2 away, and we're going to bring out Gratterall here. We're going to have a little mound visit. Let Gratterall really get warmed, and we're going to bring him out to hopefully end this inning. I don't really trust Reyes to get that out there. Gratterall, this is his 23rd game, 26 1/3 innings, has a 1.03 ERA. Runner at second is Reyes' responsibility. First pitch heater, hit, rolled over, 1 pitch, and that will end the top of the 8th. So Reyes gives up a little bit of runs right there. Gives up 2 in that inning. And I don't know, he might be headed down to the minors. I just, something about Reyes lately, like the vibe is just not there with him. I mean, Mookie Betts could have played that a little better, but who knows. Alright, Danny Jimenez will come out. Has a 2.50 ERA, and we're going to start warming up Evan Phillips in the bullpen. First pitch from Jimenez will be swung on and missed from Will Smith. Smith is 2 for 3 tonight. Single and a home run. 0-2 now. after swinging up that slider and missing. The 0-2 from Jimenez. Hit and fouled. Jimenez, man, he's pitching that ball pretty quick. It's like there's a pitch clock or something he's trying to focus on. Did he go? I think Will did. Nope, 1-2. For now on, I'm just going to say he didn't go, because typically when I say it now, I feel like, you know, I'm checking the swing. Back in the past, I feel like I was going all the time, but who knows? 2-2. From Jimenez, 3-2. 3-2 payoff pitch to Smith. Will be fouled. The payoff. Ball 4 and a walk. And now that'll bring up CT3.
Leading off for the Dodgers, the left fielder, Chris Taylor.
Taylor 1 for 3. First pitch from Jimenez. Hits. I don't know. Swung on and missed. 0-1. The 0-1. 1-1. Let's go, Oakland chance. That's impressive. 2-1. Let's go, Oakland chance at Dodger Stadium. Pretty interesting to see the 2-1. I just heard a fan say go back to Oakland. 2-2. The 2-2 to Taylor from Jimenez will be popped into center. Will Smith will retreat back to first. Butler, man, he's just jogging on. I thought he was going to let it drop to throw out Will, but he just is jogging along, waiting for that one to drop, and now that'll bring up Vargas. He's 1 for 3. Got a single in his last AB. First pitch. Taking a ball 1-0. What a play from Langoliers. 1-0 to Vargas. Hit and fouled. 1-1. The 1-1. 1-2. Oh my goodness. Not a pitch Vargas, well, not a highlight Vargas wants to see. The 1-2 will be hit. Double play ball. 1 and 2 to end the bottom half of the 8th. Man. Vargas 1 for 6 now in the series. I'm happy you put that in play though. Like that was kind of nice to know. But all right, we're gonna bring out Evan Phillips. This is his 40th game, 29 saves on the year, 43 innings, has a 2.30 ERA. That ERA keeps getting lower and lower, and I'm really digging it. First pitch to Jesus Aguilar will be a strike 0-1. Save situation. Dodgers up by 3. Evan Phillips, second on the saves leader list in the NL. The 0-1 slider, 0-2. That pitch was filthy. The one thing what I don't understand about Evan Phillips, he has 43 innings pitched. He has 29 saves. He has a really good ERA at the moment, in my opinion, at 2.30. You know, obviously I want it to be a little better, but at 2.30, I really can't complain. One away here in the top of the 9th. And that meter never, ever gets thick. And the confidence is, like, just medium for him. Like, there's not a lot of confidence for Evan Phillips, and I don't really understand why. When he has 29 saves on the year, like, does he not feel like he's the closer? Like, what's going on, guy? You've been having a good recent stretch. The 0-2 heater will be hit into center. 2 away. 2 away, and the Athletics down to their final out. And that'll bring up the Tony. It'll be up to Tony Kemp here to keep this game alive. First pitch cutter, strike 1. 0-1 slider. 0-2. Oh, the 0-2 sinker away. From Phillips to Kemp will be hitting to right. Betts will catch it. And that will end this game a 7-4 final. As the Dodgers will get the win. Noah Syndergaard will get a win as well. And Evan Phillips will get his 30th save on the year. The offense came out scorching hot. Everything went pretty well. I Alex Reyes, man, really rough outing. Don't know what we're gonna do with him. Maybe send him down, maybe not. I mean, at this point, Phil Bickford has better numbers than Alex Reyes, so we'll see what happens if Reyes will be on the team tomorrow. I know the game's been wanting me to call up a position player, so who knows? We might call a rookie up just to get some ABs here in the majors. We'll see. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. See y'all.